edition. I am here at the Treehouse home, and with the owners, they're all we're all around actually the fire. We were attempting to start a fire just to have a real showpiece, and then we have some rain looming, and so we thought let's jump on as soon as we can so we could bring this home to you. Introduce yourself here.
How are you? I'm Jesse Walker. So this is our property. The treehouse seems to be the point that we are all here for.
Hey Ross, I'm sorry. Can I jump in? We're having a little trouble hearing you. Is there any way that you guys can increase the volume on your end?
Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're here with the owner for the Treehouse home, and with take 3 now on the afternoon edition of the Weird Homes Tour. So, Jesse, fire away.
Yeah, so my name is Jesse Walker. This property belongs to me and my partner, Karen Smith. We have, since I guess 5 years ago, decided that this one, we wanted it to be like a communal space, right? For music, art, all these things. The treehouse actually was something that came out of, creating a space for wanting to stargaze and
Where are we located, just so people at home kind of know when it comes to stargazing?
Oh, right. Yeah. No, so we're actually in Manchaca, Texas. So we have very little light pollution, which is amazing. I've been really gifted by the fact that I'm a contractor, so I get a lot of extra material from a lot of jobs. And I get a lot of free stuff, which would be the free trailer. This is my latest one, which, it looks rough, but it's brand new. To us, and it's going to be remodeled. The Airstream was also free, and all the materials that have gone into the Airstream were all left over from different jobs, which, I love to recycle materials.
I think a lot of people that watch and kind of come to us to the Weird Homes Tour, they definitely appreciate kind of the repurposing and the bringing something old to life again. So and Alicia, my very competent, smart, and awesome assistant, she's been into Airstreams and campers and stuff like that. So this has been something that's a hot item, this kind of thing.
Well, and it's kind of funny because everything old is new again, right?
Totally.
It always seems to come back. And but for me, as a contractor, there were so many times that I would take my trailer full of material and dump it at the dump. And I don't know, for most people out there, if you've ever been to the dump and you've seen it's a wasteland, and for us to continue to give that right back into the earth, and maybe it's going to be recycled, maybe it's not, it's just not, it's not good for our planet. Right. So anyway, that's kind of been my desire is to reuse as much as I can from all of the demo. So I take it to the Restore over on South First.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So I give them a lot of extra flooring and 2x4s and just
I popped in there. I should have known some of that was by way of Jesse, dropped over here.
Oh, bro, there's times I go in there and I'm like, oh, I donated that. I'm like, I gave that to them.
Shop here. That's great.
And but that also fills my heart. It makes me feel good that I'm contributing back.
So I think part of this too, and just why we wanted to show this, there's kind of a master plan, if you will, in place for this property that we're gonna hit the treehouse here in a second. But that this is part of a larger plan of this. You mentioned like a creative, almost arts, music community, with the treehouse, I guess right now kind of being the focal point, but with plans for expansion.
Right. So the mobile units are the best because if we ever have to rearrange them, they're flexible, right? We can move them around. But there are plans for a couple of other tiny home units, much like the treehouse, to maybe be for me and Karen when our last child gets out of high school, which should be about 2 years from now. Wow. And then we will be empty nesting, and then we build our ideal tiny home, and then the main home can be more of that hub, Cool. So that's kind of the plan.
So we got some thunder looming. Let's turn around and take a quick look at kind of the treehouse house. So Jesse, do you want to talk a little bit about how you built this or how this came to be? Because when you bought this property, none of this was here, right?
Right. So like the main thing was that, so this really cool elm was here, and we did have to cut, as you can see, a couple of branches there in order to get the home where it is. It's not literally in the tree, but it does live in the trees. And it actually started as a platform because Karen and I used to discuss how nice it was that we were living out here in like less light pollution. Neighbors down the street are shooting off fire.
You mentioned that this was actually appealing because there's a neighbor down here that does a kick-ass like fireworks show. I mean, what a good like reason to move somewhere. It's like, listen, I know there's a good fireworks show over there, and I got to get close to it.
I gotta be honest, that was not actually moved here first, and then we saw that. But it was nice that we could actually have that. So we actually built the platform. The platform was there for like a year and a half, and then I started getting all this extra material. Like I said, I had all these 2x4s, all this stuff, and little by little we started to build it. And then as I started to build it, I was like, wow, we could add this level and all this. And then I realized
they're going to stand on this. We might need some support.
Right. So after we actually built it, I had to come underneath, and you can kind of see a 4x6 right there. And I actually had to jack the whole thing up and put concrete down underneath and give it some good support.
So you obviously mentioned having tenants here and in the expansion plan. We actually have the tenant of the tree house right here. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm John Redhawk.
This is John. He lives in the treehouse, and he's going to be our tour guide through the actual house. Are you ready to give us a tour? All right. Is your underwear all out everywhere or anything? Okay, good, yeah. How often do you use the slide?
At least every time I come down.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say,
maybe y'all can come down.
Okay, maybe. I've been down one slide today in the pool, so that works. I do think it is I think my butt might still be wet, so it might help. So, okay.
Yoga deck that Jessie and I actually built. It was really awesome.
Here, let's get.
This is an activation center essentially. So every morning I come out here, charged with this grid of the 4 directions. Native American, so I feel these energies. It's good to tap into the trees straight that way.
Oh yeah,
Just
that's
take
really
some
nice.
breaths.
Yeah. It is really quiet out here too. I mean, aside from the thunder that's looming overhead, it's really quiet out here. I can see how this could be like a really peaceful kind of place.
Yeah. My favorite thing about it is that it's just all open. So like inside the house, you continually have like both windows. It's like I'm living outside at all times.
That's cool. I can
And
see that.
yeah, it's just really deepened my connection to the earth and gratitude, continually practicing like awareness in space of my connection to the earth. And
So Jessie, with your plan to maybe build some other structures, would you follow kind of this same model, perhaps?
So I would say yes in some ways, but I would love to have Karen tell you some of her vision.
All right. No pressure or anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, this was kind of a spontaneous vision, like Jessie said, since it started out with a totally different vision. But for our future home, it will be a little bigger than this and kind of have a front porch area where we can hang a swing and sit on the porch and enjoy nature. We'll have the yard facing this way. So it'll be in the back corner, like facing in towards the yard. So we're all kind of like a community, and we like have our central fire pit here for gatherings. And so yeah, we'll have like a porch and a loft up at the top. And yeah,
it's awesome. Are you ready to take us inside?
Sure.
All right. Okay. all right, I'll be ready for it.
yes,
It's like a treehouse and a tiny home all in one. Oh wow.
very simple.
You guys don't have smell-o-vision, but it smells like really freaking good in here, man. Thank you. Like, watch your feet too, Alicia. Sorry. Yeah, it smells lovely in here.
Too. It's the mix of the rosemary. We have some fresh peppermint in here. I'm actually training right now with Sacred Journey Herbalism. They are based here in Austin, Texas, and training to make herbal medicinal medicines for the community. So
And that's some of those plants are inside of here, right? So you want to show us some, just or at least point out, that's a lemon. I see the lemon balm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting a strong sense of that in here, right? It's, like the lemon cleansing, if you will. It smells like really good. And I'm like, I don't know. I think I have a strong connection to like scents, but like just coming in to this, it's like, it's like peaceful. I might just be getting energies from you. Like, it's like totally chill.
But the thing is, this is a huge part of what that energy vortex is. I think of it like siphoning the energy and like using the shape of this space to like geometrically merge with the elements and use the light in the natural shapes of this space. And I think minimalism is a big part of that. I think cleanliness is a big part of that. I think simplicity is a huge part of that. And yeah, I'm so thankful. It's been a really big journey experiencing and living in this space.
I think there's also a really big trend. We've seen this through kind of the campers, like, and the RVs. I do think that's an extension of this tiny home thing that people are hungry for, right? Having this minimal living, right? Minimal possessions, not tying your life to the things that we have, but the experiences that we have. And I think, Alicia can probably speak to this even better than I can, because she just went on this massive RV road trip. And, I think a lot of people, particularly now during COVID, are also like, okay, they're getting angsty as hell. They're almost like, I think also redefining and looking at their life and thinking about it in different ways.
It's been more difficult for me to exist in my big house. It's not a huge house, but my much bigger than a trailer house with all of my things and trying to maintain it all. It was much easier in a trailer.
I just realized, I figured, I don't know why, maybe you just sleep here, but there's a loft space. That's where your bed is. Alicia, are you going to get,
I'm going to go before
yeah, you go. I may not even be able to.
I'll hide out in the corner.
She'll scope it. Alicia, careful. You have some. Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're making it happen, Captain. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Is there a slide to get back down out of this part?
No slide.
Out of the tree.
We have a good question
Yeah.
too.
Oh, we have a question.
Oh,
Number
okay. We have a
one-
question.
Number one, people love his
Just hold on.
energy and talk about they love his energy and how peaceful.
People are loving your energy
Lovely.
and how peaceful you are.
And
Good
then
on ya.
Somebody wants to know how did John find his way into this community? How did he meet Jessie and Jessie's partner?
Suspense again.
John, how did you find your way into this community?
So, Karen and Jessie and I, we hosted live ecstatic dances with tribal instruments. So Karen, my good friend here, she hosts women's retreats. She is a movement expert. She's continually living her life around movement and freeing up her space. And I was working at a community center called Soma Vida. It was actually the first co-working space in Austin. And I was the events coordinator there. My first community healing event that I hosted, Karen was the person that reached out. And it was her and two other women. So it was this theme of three sisters, like these three goddesses that came and blessed me and met me. And we had this beautiful healing experiments for the next couple months, just all together. It was really beautiful, just creating this shamanic, like native, like just very spiritual, blessed community here in downtown Austin. And then being able to come back here and retreat and feel like I'm on vacation and embody the energy of just being in this treehouse and knowing that I can come here and reflect and feel like I'm on vacation, but so be close to downtown Austin. And yeah, just really beautiful and blessed.
I've loved all the homes we visited today. Giraffe Home, Aqua House. We haven't had as beautiful a story as that, though, when it comes to how kind of the parties came together or how the home came together. So that's awesome. That's such a great story. And I think, yeah,
Peaceful.
I know. It's like, it's, again, okay, is it small? I think small is a relative term, you know? Like, I think that you have these windows, they open right up. And again, like, I get it. Like, I feel different in the space, even though it's so small, you know, to me. Not that I have this massive palatial estate, that's for sure, but still, you know.
That's because there are 4 of us.
I know.
There's only one of me.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So I don't know. Do we have before I attempt or work my way down? Do we have any questions while we're in the loft space?
Yeah. Hey, Ross. I have a question. I think
One comment. Okay.
whenever
We got one more.
see these tours of tiny homes, someone invariably
What? Wait, what? What's
have
next?
their own tiny home.
Karen just teased something.
What advice?
Oh, the shower space. It's good. I'm pretty sweaty right now.
What they were asking? I think they were asking what advice is there for someone who's wanting to build a tiny home?
Oh, okay. That might be. Yeah. Why don't we all head back outside
All right.
and we can ask
Here, I'm
Jessie
gonna
that.
let you guys go down first.
Yeah. You want to hold mine? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, and then I'll grab it on the way down.
All right.
Oh, and before you go down, there's a request for a bird's eye view. Alicia,
Oh, there's
Thoughtful
a
design.
request for a bird's eye view. What does that mean exactly? Oh, from up here.
Show us the
Gotcha.
view from the loft,
Absolutely.
but safely.
The altar.
There we
here's the
go.
Pantry, here's
And the little kitchen part.
These are called the eyes of God. Ojos
Oh.
de Dios. One black, one white.
Ojos de
Representing-
Dios.
Ojos de Dios.
De Dios.
The eyes of God.
Nice.
Representing polarity and
All right.
sacred geometry.
And then you go first. You go first.
I don't need help in that. He does this every day. Yeah. And then Alicia, if you want to give me the camera and stuff.
All right. Let me get one more. An adorable little bedside area here. All right.
You should have your headphones are attached.
Oh yeah. Here.
Sweet. We have some offerings or something outside.
All right. Here we go. I'm all sweaty.
We all did it. We all did it, everyone.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm knocking things down everywhere. Here we go. I see where I'm at.
This is the library.
It's a little, loose.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
There we go. Sorry, got to detangle. Okay, there we go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, got a little bit of rain coming on here.
All right.
So,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
do one more
Hold
thing.
on,
Y'all
yeah.
Keep talking about it. And I'm gonna pan
Hey,
over.
Jessie, can I get you to, actually, Jessie, do you mind coming in here? We can ask you the question real quick. Oh, well, let's do it here real quick. Yeah. Oh, I may just have to take off his shoes. Sorry. Okay, so we had a question come in.
Oh, they want to know if there's a bathroom. Oh, but that's the outhouse.
Yep, we're gonna hit that next, assuming the rain doesn't get worse. Which is not that bad right now.
So I heard the question that, what is somebody's recommendation on, what's the best recommendation on building a tiny home? I would say number one, set up what is your biggest requirement on a kitchen, right? And what is your biggest requirement on a bathroom, right? These two things will be the key components. The last thing should be your sleeping area, right? Because you can sleep in a lot of different places in a tiny home, right? Because originally when this home was built, there was a little couch here, and it was like a little cat nook that you could actually just scoop up and sleep in it. It was great. Of course, the bed up top, and that's awesome. But just keep in mind, number one, kitchen. Number two, bathroom, and then go with your sleeping areas, and then judge like what's going to be your best view, because how you wake up and what you come to into this world is to have a nice view is really important.
So it's about kind of prioritization of the spaces. It sounds like, right? Because these, I would imagine the kitchen area and the bathroom are more complex.
Right. And we chose, because it's going to be a communal living space, we chose to do an outhouse where others could all share in that. So
Yep.
there's this shop.
So Alicia, actually, if you take from the window here, or from the door, if you want to come over here, you can see the outhouse is actually right here. So it's built separately, which is what I'm going to do here.
You can do it?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Unless this is like a trap. Is this like a trap slide? Like it deploys, like.
Should I go first?
Are you going to go? Hold on. How are you going to go if I have the mic? This is the. All right. I guess we'll find out. Here she goes.
Yeah.
Did it. Okay. This is the second slide of the day. What a weekend. Okay. Here we go. All right, folks. Second slide of the day. Whee! That was fun. I could see how that would change your whole day going down that every day. Right? Yeah. Oops, sorry. Yeah. I need to install a slide in my house. I need a slide.
All right,
So,
I do want to show everyone the outhouse.
okay.
And Karen contributed most of this tile work down here on the.
And that's why it looks so amazing.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
For the first time.
So this is something that I think, obviously, when you're talking about tiny home, like you mentioned, I would assume a bathroom is a huge component of figuring out how you're going to do it. And you've kind of, I don't want to say eliminated that, but you've had, by building it separate, you're able to kind of do some different things in the tiny home, or it takes the bathroom component out. Yeah, particularly and that speaks to your bigger vision of the space. Yeah, a communal space, absolutely. Well, if there are no more questions, is there anything else that you guys would like to share about this space and you too, that we should know, or that tips or anything anyone watching out there should know about this space?
Well, I would say that, as John was saying about the dance thing, the house itself has a studio that is Karen's space, and it's also like a dance space, movement space, meditation.
Yoga.
Yeah, so we do a lot of that in there. And I think in the short future, we're going to be hosting a lot more outdoor activities because of what's going on.
Yeah.
Of people.
Jesse's a musician.
Right.
He plays lots of instruments, drums.
And I have a lot of musician friends, so we bring everybody together to create that live ecstatic dance experience.
It's also going to finally start, or maybe stop being just like you're performing on the surface of the sun. Like, hopefully we'll get a little cool down here in Austin, and you can be outside and it's not intolerable, for most of the day. Any kind of last words that you want to share with anyone watching out there?
I would just say, follow your heart. That's how I got here. You can't expect. I actually want to say that before I landed here, I was homeless. I got scammed out of rent, and by trusting and fully surrendering in my heart space and being in a space of vulnerability is how I ended up here. Completely blessed and in a space of connected to the divine, and I'm deeply grateful for that. So I just want to share that if there's a vision in your heart, stay true to your heart, and you'll find your way to get there.
And it has a slide. I mean, come on, people. I mean, all of the spiritual benefits plus a slide. I mean, can we talk about that? And I actually just want to take a quick moment. You mentioned thank you for sharing that story about the homelessness aspect. For everyone out there watching, I'm sure Kevin and David had mentioned this, but LifeWorks, the partner that they work with here in Austin, that is really working to help prevent and stop youth homelessness. Such an amazing cause. LifeWorksAustin.org. Such a great cause. So, Karen, I'll end with you. Are there any final words or anything else you'd like to share with anyone out there watching?
Yes, I would say less is more, and the more stuff that you have to manage, then the more freedom you have to do the things that you love. And it's really important to choose carefully the people that you live with. And if you choose wisely, you can create something magical together.
Well, I'm looking forward to hopefully coming back here next year and seeing this space even grown out even more. I wish all you guys the best of luck. And I believe we have one more home to come on the tour. It is the Bartlett Bank House. So you are going from a tiny home to a home that is built from the inside of a bank. Wow. I've always wondered if they sleep in the safe. I don't know. I guess you'll find out, everyone out there. Thanks for tuning in. Weird Homes Tour follow us online at Weird Homes Tour. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Rob.
Alicia waves. No one can see her. We see you in spirit.